edition of FLX Weekly here at FingerLakes1.com on Wednesday, August 15th, 2018. We're live inside the FingerLakes1.com studio where I'm joined by Josh Durso, Sydney Rogers, and Jim Sinicropi.
Here we are.
Good morning.
Happy Wednesday.
Or afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Hump day.
That it is.
We're almost over that hump, guys.
Soon enough.
The week is moving.
Yes, it is. Very humid, though.
Yeah, the humidity's back. But we really shouldn't complain as a Geneva resident and Seneca Falls residents. We don't have it too bad. The poor folks down in Lodi and Schuyler County and Interlaken and I saw the rain total today. I mean, for those of our viewers that don't know what we're talking about, there was historic flooding yesterday, really bad, especially in Lodi, and they had over 9 inches of rain in 24 hours.
Yeah,
Wow,
so the official number is actually 8.75 inches of rain, but some of the unofficial totals that were coming from people who had who are spotters for the National Weather Service were reporting upwards of 9.75 inches of rain, which go ahead and process that. And by the way, even if you take the 8 and 8 3/4 number that was officially reported, you break that down, that is literally just from midnight through the following morning.
That is insane.
So over about 8 hours, 9 hours, almost 9 inches or more than 9 inches of rain fell. It is an astronomical amount of water. And when you think about the really interesting aspect about this, so Lodi Point, which was pretty much the epicenter of the flooding, hardest hit because of the elevation change down from, so there's a natural sort of sediment buildup at Lodi Point, which is how the point was even created in the first place, from the runoff. There's about a 650-foot elevation change from the center of Lodi, the town, to Lodi Point.
Wow.
And all of that rain, in excess of 8, even 6, 7, 8 inches of rain, gaining all of that speed, running down all of that elevation change, just created some nightmarish circumstances. Houses, campers, vehicles swept away, some really just remarkable stories about people being woken up to hearing tapping on their cottage or wherever they were staying and looking outside and seeing their car just sort of bobbing against their home.
Oh, my goodness.
And, you had a couple families who actually had to get out of their house around 4:30, and then they're sitting on a raft or just basically clinging, waiting for help for 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And then you had the group on the campsite yesterday afternoon, which actually included some of the first responders who initially responded to the scene, all had to be rescued because of the debris that had piled up where they had originally come through. So it's just a remarkable situation. The National Guard is in Lodi. They are handing out bottled water and getting people back to their homes so they can start to figure out what's what. The Salvation Army is also in Lodi, deployed in Lodi. The Red Cross shelter that was open at the Ovid Federated Church has now closed as of noon on Wednesday. Obviously, anybody who needs shelter or has concerns about shelter for any individuals can call Seneca County Emergency Management. They are handling that now. As I said, between 6.38 and 8.75 inches of rain officially fell in that very short amount of time. Route 89 remains closed. Even now, between Ernstberger and County Road 124, that closure is expected to last at least through the end of the day, hopefully by tonight or tomorrow. That stretch will be reopened. A lot of washout down there. So a lot of culverts that were washed out, a lot of small bridges, roadways that were sort of chipped away, not just from the running water, but also from all the debris that was in the water. That, I think, is the big takeaway from all of this. When people think about flooding, they think about the water, but, take the water out of the equation, and what are you left with? You're left with all the things that the water was moving.
Right.
So
including
everything
mud.
from you've got mud, you've got trees, you've got trunks, you've got branches, you've got
pieces
household
of asphalt
items
from roads,
trash,
cars,
even in some cases propane tanks. There was a lot of concern yesterday, immediately afterward, about the propane tanks that could have been leaking and were leaking in some cases.
That is scary.
A lot of folks who were down there, myself included, when you got down there, you noticed the smell just of the propane, the gas in the air. It was very clear.
That's
so
scary.
To that end, boil water alerts remain active through, I would assume, would be the rest of the week for everybody in South Seneca. But also, this includes people who have wells. If you have a well, treat it as if it's contaminated. That's what public health is telling everyone to do right now. Treat it like it's contaminated. Bring it to a boil before you use it. Or if you can and have the opportunity to, just use bottled water for the time being. That will most likely resolve itself within a few days.
Wow.
We don't have any information on the total number of or damaged,
nobody was
destroyed
killed, which
property.
is nice because it certainly
no one was
a possibility.
The dollar amount, I think, is the big curiosity most people have now. A lot of questions have been coming in saying, what's the dollar amount that will be attached to that? That will take months to sort out and to figure out. But it will be a very, very, very expensive flooding catastrophe, probably in range with similar to what happened in Cayuga County or Penn Yan. Cayuga County last year, Penn Yan about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I woke up in the morning on Tuesday morning, and Josh gets a way earlier start than me, and usually about 7 a.m. I'll turn on Good Morning America, and all of a sudden I hear him say, flooding in Lodi, Seneca County, New York, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? So I grabbed my phone off the bedstand and saw that we had a push notification to our app about this damage in Lodi, and
Josh.
I mean, it was raining. It was raining hard overnight, but I didn't have any idea it was going to be bad. But when I heard that on Good Morning America, I was like, oh my God. So I looked outside my house in Seneca Falls and was like, what was the damage here?
Right. I also want to say, we see these types of stories about flooding, flash flooding. We are constantly pushing out those alerts. Listening to the scanner traffic before we actually got down there, and just hearing the rescues as they were happening and the frequency at which they were happening.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty much between 5:30 and 7:30, it was nonstop pandemonium down there and complete chaos. There were people clinging to campers, clinging to their cars, people stranded in their houses, even if their houses weren't necessarily getting at risk of collapsing or anything like that. Water everywhere, feet of water in many cases, and where are you going?
Right, and you don't know when it's going to end. That's the thing too.
So it was a very unique situation. Historically speaking, it seems like that type of event hasn't happened in perhaps upwards of 3 or 4 decades.
Wow!
In terms of the volume of water in that localized of an area.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot of water.
That's where we stand right now. And of course, we're going to keep covering this throughout
Schuyler
the rest
County
of the week.
hit hard as well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Dundee, Hector, Lodi sort of, if you're going to triangulate on a map, that was where the density of this really torrential rain fell. The range that I was talking about, the 6 to 8.5 inch range.
Montour Falls normally is a nice, beautiful little waterfall. We got footage here from how it looked yesterday afternoon, and it's crazy.
It was incredible.
Here
Absolutely incredible.
Oh my!
Isn't that crazy?
That
is so scary.
That is
incredible stuff.
Because you never know if it's gonna have huge rocks that just fall with that.
You don't
what's
know
coming down with it.
You don't know what could be in that water.
Right.
That's just a pretty significant amount of water coming over. And then we have amazing footage on our site from Taganic Falls, which you've never seen it flowing like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
It was incredible. And then, of course, there's some really great drone footage on the site as well. The story we're continuing to update with all the latest information from the county, from state officials. Obviously, Governor Cuomo was in town, was in Lodi yesterday surveying damage. But he had to quickly make his way to Broome County and Southern Tier, which has also been really hard hit with flooding. So,
an average traffic day for us is 18,000 visitors a day. Yesterday we were 56,000, I believe.
Wow.
So, good job Josh staying on
Yes.
top of it, and me.
Yeah.
I helped out when things like that happen. I get involved.
Yes.
So do I. I'm a little mini reporter.
Yeah.
Side note,
All hands on deck.
Yeah, got it.
That's right.
For the big stuff.
But yeah, I just hope everybody like has insurance on their vehicles and their houses.
That's the big concern at this point. A lot of
Yeah.
folks are worried about being able to get back onto their property with
So
insurance
sad.
to be able to start surveying and figure out what is what, especially vehicles. Are they covered within homeowners insurance? A lot of homeowners insurance also doesn't cover flood damage, so there's a lot of questions about that.
It makes
so.
me feel so bad because like that's like someone's whole life, and
I know it.
what do you do after that?
It's interesting. But there's also some better news, I think, on the horizon because the forecast looks a little better over the next few days, right?
Good. Please tell us, Jim.
It's not 100% that great.
Oh.
There's rain possibility on Thursday, and some of these storms could pack a punch with, a half inch to inch or more of rain, localized. And then Friday, we're likely to see showers and a possible thunderstorm, 70% chance, high near 80. And then overnight, Friday night into Saturday, a 60% chance of showers and a possible thunderstorm, low around 65. Then on Saturday, maybe some very early morning precipitation, but probably not. But then a gorgeous day, partly sunny, high near 76. Gets down to 62 on Saturday night, and then Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 78. That's my pick day. Hopefully that will dry things out over the weekend, and then starting the week next week on Monday, sunny with a high near 82. So it's
Good. We'll take it.
a pretty decent outlook considering, right?
Yeah.
It's just the next couple days, Thursday, Friday, could exacerbate the situation.
I know that's sad, but hopefully it gets better.
Yes. Oh, I hope so. All right. Thank you for that update. What do we have going on for weekend events this coming weekend here in the Finger
Let's
Lakes?
get some happy, good weekend events. What we have to start off is a really exciting event. The legendary jam band Fish returns to Watkins Glen on Friday through Sunday for their Curveball weekend concert at Watkins Glen International that will draw tens of thousands of people. Now, Curveball is sold out, and there are no tickets that will be sold at the gates, and officials are urging that you please do not come if you do not have any tickets. So hopefully, if you are a fan, you planned ahead of time and got those tickets. But that is a bummer, and I'm sure people will still show up because I'm sure there'll still be scalpers out there that are selling random tickets they bought months ago.
Yep.
But that's going to be exciting for the people that can go.
Absolutely.
Generations Bank and the Seneca County
Well,
House.
that fish thing is like huge. Like it doesn't come through with much fanfare, but it is huge.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
And so, in the aftermath of all the flooding in that area, Watkins Glen not hit as bad as Montour Falls, but it's those music festivals with camping and
Oh, jeez.
mud.
Yes.
Yeah,
a
but
lot
that
of soft
doesn't stop
ground.
them, I swear.
No, I
That's
know,
like,
but you're going to see pictures this weekend from that festival of people covered with mud and doing
yeah.
sliding through the mud. and-
loving
I'm
life
sure.
still. Yeah.
but
That'll
that's
be
a big-
interesting. I hope some people do send in some of those pictures.
If you go to Fish's website too, you can listen live. I don't know if you can listen live to
That's
this
awesome.
concert. Most of their concerts they do let you listen live,
Wow.
and then one every month or so they'll do one with video for free. You can
Wow.
subscribe and
That's
watch it though.
awesome.
But yeah, so if you want to tune
Very
in,
cool.
That is awesome. You could have your own little concert in your backyard with
I've
that.
seen it done before
That
with
is
a
great.
projection screen and
Right. Very cool.
I wish more artists would do that.
Yes.
But we also have Generations Bank and the Seneca County House of Concern have a weekend of activities to benefit the hungry. Generations Bank will host the 4th annual Taste and Tunes event, and the Seneca County House of Concern will be hosting their 3rd annual Canal Crawl Paddling Poverty. Taste and Tunes is set to take place at Generation Bank's headquarters in Seneca Falls from 6 to 9 p.m. on Friday, and it will feature tasting from various wineries, breweries, and restaurants in Seneca County, along with live music from local musicians. And pre-sale tickets are $20, and you can get your tickets at the door for $25. That's not bad. That sounds like
that's a great event. I don't
Yeah,
know how many
sounds
years they've been
fun.
doing it. 4 years, and it's the 4th annual. But yeah, it's always a positive reviews on that event.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
sounds like it would be just a nice weekend little event to go to.
Can't go wrong.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
And the Canal Crawl Paddling Poverty will raise funds to support the House of Concern on Saturday beginning at 9 a.m. And it's bound to be a day of relaxing paddling down the Cayuga/Seneca Canal from the Waterloo Locks to the Seneca Falls Community Center.
There you go.
That is quite the paddle.
No, that's a unique event, and it kind of ties in with the general. So a lot going on in Seneca Falls, fundraising events that are fun to participate in, and the weather should be great for a paddle on Saturday.
Yes.
That's good then. There are stops, too, for this canal crawl along the way for snacks and a scavenger hunt. When paddlers disembark at the Seneca Falls Community Center, there'll be food, music, awards, and raffles. To register, you have to visit thehouseofconcern.org.
Yeah, hurry up.
Yes, get on that. That sounds fun. Do you have to, I wonder if you have to bring your own.
No.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Someone probably supplies them.
I think there's but
that would make sense.
Go to houseofconcern.org and check it out.
Figure it out, right?
Yeah.
The Whitford Airport in Weedsport will host a fly-in and drive-in breakfast on Sunday beginning at 7:30 a.m. Pancakes, sausage, eggs, and donuts will be served with coffee, juice, or milk. And there will be plenty of planes and skydiving to see as well. The weather is permitting for this event, and it is $8 for adults and $4 for children.
We know the weather's going to be fine, though.
Yep. Well, that's good.
We just gave
then.
The forecast. So.
Yes, that is a good
so
thing.
Bring your $8 for
just
adults
letting the
and
people
$4 for
know.
Kids.
Children under 12 and kids under 5 are free, which is cool.
Kids under 12 are cheaper.
Sounds yummy.
Yes,
Kids under
I was
5.
trying to finish my sentences. Jim just loves to just interrupt my sentences.
Throw you curveballs.
$8 for adults, $4 for children under 12, and kids under 5 are free. Just to make that all clear. And the Wayne County Fair will be happening the remainder of the week and will wrap up on Friday and Saturday with a number of exciting events. And for a full schedule, you can go to waynecountyfair.org. Several of the area's favorite food trucks will make a pit stop at Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack on Friday. Ooh, I love all the food trucks that are around here, honestly.
Oh, I know.
I'm pretty sure that's an annual thing.
No, it is, yeah. I think they might do it more than once, too. And they have music, too, here.
I would go down there just for the food trucks.
Yeah.
And you can enjoy a wide variety of great food plus live country music from the band Branded from 5 to 9 p.m. Ooh, another good band.
You know them? You know of them?
I have, yes. I have heard of them because I do like my country music. So
I like country music.
When there's
when I first started liking country music?
When?
When I was in college, one of my good friends was from North Carolina, and the first time we went down there to North Carolina for like a weekend, that's all I listened to was country music. Back then it was like Randy Travis and Garth Brooks and
love me some Garth.
And yeah, I was like, dang, this is pretty nice. And I started talking like girl talk down there, and we got some barbecue, and I was like, I can deal with this. So I've always liked a little country music as well since that point on. Before that, I had no interest in country music, unless it was Kenny Rogers.
Oh, the classic.
If you've ever listened to the song...
Sing it to us, Jen.
Oh, what's the name of the song? Kenny Rogers.
Let me think.
Coward of the County. You ever know that song?
No.
How's it go?
It's about, if you listen to the lyrics, it's about raping.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you like that song.
Oh.
No, I mean, I liked the song, but then I listened to the lyrics and I was
like,
what the heck's going on here? Poor Becky was getting raped by the Gatlin boys.
That is scary.
That's terrible.
But he's calling them cowards.
No, the coward of the county, his father's, Becky's husband's father went to jail for fighting, and so he told his son, don't do the things I've done, so he always turned the other cheek, but once Becky got raped by the Gatlin boys,
my goodness.
He did not turn the other cheek anymore.
He went into the bar and locked the door behind him, and you could have heard a pin drop when he stopped and locked the door.
Wow.
And then he took them all out, and... Becky and
are those all the lyrics?
Right there?
No, listen to it.
You should be like a country folk tale teller.
Right.
You were very convincing. I was really into that.
Well, listen
story.
to The Coward of the County by Kenny Rogers and tell me what you think.
I'm gonna.
It's a very disturbing song. If you
it
take
sounds it.
Yikes. Well. There are more events available at our community calendar under the local listing tab at our homepage at fingerlakes1.com or, of course, on our app. We're going to round up.
There were
the
3
weekend
Gatlin
events.
boys.
Oh gosh, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And during the song, one of the lyrics is, and they took turns with Becky, and there were 3 of them.
Oh,
That's
my
terrible.
goodness. All right. Well,
I think we've had
those
enough
boys
of that
need to-
song.
It was a popular song.
you know, there's probably a lot of songs like that, too, if we
I
really
don't know,
want to
that
get
one-
into it. That one, though, I'm going to have to listen to it, I think.
Kind of don't want to listen to it. I'm sorry, Jim. Okay, let's get into our top local photos this week, shall we?
We
Okay.
shall.
Okay. While everyone was running to Frederick's farm in Phelps, Shelley Lannon stayed close to home and visited the sunflower fields you will often find on Taylor Road in Clifton Springs, Manchester
Amazing.
area.
It's the time of the
my
year for
gosh.
sunflower photos. We're going to see a lot of them over the next month.
Well, there's actually,
I
it's
love
already
that.
like a lot are about done.
Oh, really?
It was like, it's usually like a quick few weeks, but I saw a lot that were already.
I love that. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
Sunflowers are huge.
Yes.
Does anybody remember the Magic Garden on WPIX?
No.
Probably not. Back when I was young, it was like a kid's show.
It sounds familiar, but I was
Oh.
thinking Magic School Bus.
They
Yes, Magic School
talking
Bus, I remember.
sunflowers. Anyway,
All right. Next, Justin Shaw caught the Norfolk Southern HO6 as it arrived in Geneva this past Sunday.
That's a cool picture.
yep.
Love it.
You better run.
Right. Get out of the way. The plane outside the Glenn H. Curtis Museum in Hammondsport got a new paint job, as seen here on Friday in this photo by Jim Porupski.
Another cool
She's
photo.
looking pretty, nice and fresh.
That Glenn Curtis Museum is one of the probably most underrated destinations to visit. I guarantee if you go, you will love every second of it.
I pass this every now and then when I go
Yeah.
to pick TJ's son up, and I'm always like, we need to go there.
Well, you should
Yes.
stop in. You won't
Yeah.
be disappointed.
All right, next up, Perrin Knapp was up early to capture the sunrise on Saturday on Cayuga Lake, just south of Canoga.
Beautiful.
Love that.
Love the colors.
Beautiful. From Shelley Lannon, last year's pumpkin turned this year's garden into a pumpkin patch in
I don't
Clifton
understand.
Springs.
Those pumpkins they couldn't be sitting there all winter, could they?
Last year's
through the
pumpkin
summer?
turned this year's garden. Maybe they planted the pumpkins.
planted
I'm
the
assuming those are pumpkins that have come
so
up.
those are new pumpkins already? that they
Already.
picked?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't think pumpkins were ripe until like end of September.
Me neither.
I guess hers are.
Hard-working pumpkins, right?
Right. She had a
you
good
plant
pumpkin
them around,
last
you know.
year.
I wonder if she would have kept them on the stems if they would have kept growing to like the giant
That's
pumpkin.
true. They could be a lot smaller than we think. Of course,
Yeah.
that's a step, so
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
good-sized pumpkin.
Yeah. I'm ready to carve them.
All right. A neat and organized row of boats sat alongside the canal this past Saturday in
that's
Seneca
cool.
Falls, as seen in this drone photograph by Mike Calabrese. Mike and his amazing drone photos.
Both
know.
sides.
That is
Love it.
awesome.
Boats on both sides.
They do look so neat in a row.
Yes. Love it. Also from the drone camera by Mike Calabrese, an early gathering at the State Street Block Party in Seneca Falls on Saturday afternoon.
That was a wild success. This was very early.
Yeah, I wish you
on.
would have got. I was gonna say, I wish you would have got it a little later when it got.
Ask and you shall receive. I asked
Yeah,
for this
you
one
did.
last Wednesday.
I was like, why?
Yes, you did.
asked
He
for
must
this
have been
one.
watching.
Thanks, Mike.
Aw.
Appreciate that.
I know, that's awesome.
I did hear that it was quite the gathering.
Yeah, congrats to the
Was it?
Gould Hotel
Good.
for pulling that off. It was a really good event. Hopefully an annual event.
Yeah, I loved how they
Yes.
brought that truck in and had a place for the bands to play. It was such a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Awesome. All right. Another photo from Shelley Lannon as the day came to a close on Tile Yard Road in Seneca Castle Thursday evening.
Wow.
Oh, I
Beautiful.
love that.
That is nice.
I'd put that up in my house.
That is a photo right there.
That's beautiful. And finally, from Mike Sargent, this sunflower was getting a bit too much sun at Frederick Farms in Clifton Springs on a bright Saturday morning. That's
That's
Throwing
awesome.
shades.
It looks like it's
Oh, I love
smiling
it.
too.
It
And it
sure
kind of looks
does.
like it has like eyeballs in the glasses.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's such a happy little flower.
Very cute. All right.
So-
Photo. What's your favorite? What's your favorite photo of the week?
There were a lot of different good ones.
Very
think-
different.
I
We'll
have
go
to.
with- Nope, go ahead. You go first.
All right. I'm going with the very first one. The sunflowers in Clifton
The field.
Springs.
Shelley Land and sunflowers.
Yes.
I'm going with Shelley Lannon's last photo,
Yep.
the wheel. the wagon wheel.
Oh, I'm stuck between those two. But I think I'm going to go with the sunflower one, only because a lot of times we get fields of sunflowers, but I loved how they were lined up.
Yeah,
and I loved how
too.
it was kind of like foggy or something.
Right.
In that picture.
The photo
Beautiful.
was great.
Well, there you go.
Well, Schuyler.
Yes.
Woo!
Beautiful. Woo, woo.
Yay, I'm so glad this one won. I would put this up in my house, too.
Yes.
Both of
Beautiful.
Shelley's, they could go right next to each other.
I was going to go with
right.
Karen Knapp's potentially, but it didn't matter. There's your photo of the week. It's certainly deserving. It's beautiful.
It is.
Congratulations. Thank you for sending in your photos. If you'd like to share your local photos from across the Finger Lakes region, click on the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right-hand side of our homepage here at fingerlakes1.com.
Okay, running short on time here. I better do sports, right?
Yes, what's going on in sports?
Rapid fire, go.
Okay, Yankees host the Blue Jays Friday at 7:05, Saturday at 1:05, Sunday at 1:05. The Mets are at the Phillies Thursday night, 7:35, Friday at 6:05, Saturday at 4:05, Sunday at 8:08. The Auburn Double Days play 4 games at Falcon Park against the Batavia Muck Dogs. Doubleheader on Friday night starts at 5 p.m., then Saturday at 6:30 and Sunday at 2. All those games on FL1 Radio. Look for the link on our homepage when those games are live. Listen to Drew Carter. Regular season ends September 3rd, so not too many home games left if you want to get out to Falcon Park. The Buffalo Bills are preseason action week 2, Friday night at Cleveland, 7:30 p.m.
All right. Woo, that was fast.
Impressive.
No show next week, right, Jessica?
No show next week. Next week we are going to be
Taking
slaying
to
the golf course.
Slaying the golf course.
This is our foursome right here for this. The FLX Weekly crew is going to be playing in the Seneca Chamber Golf Tournament at Seneca Falls Country Club next Wednesday.
I think we can win. We can do it if we put our mind to it, all right, guys?
Okay. Don't
Anything's
have
possible.
Don't
Pep
have
talk.
too many high expectations
Hey,
for me. Okay.
no. Don't want to hear it. We're going to win.
That's
But,
right.
oh,
We're going to
goodness.
pick up our
It'll be
slack.
fun.
yeah, hopefully the weather's
Yes,
good.
please.
It usually is.
Is it a scramble?
It is a scramble.
Good.
They don't know much about it other than that.
I
Played
hope to have at least one of my balls get picked.
We used one of mine last year, which was shocking. I remember that because I was very proud of that moment.
Is that how I would word that?
Sure, take one of your shots.
Yeah. I guess
Maybe
I'll
make a
pass it
putt or
off.
two.
Yeah. Oh, I
There you
like
go.
putting.
But
Cinnamon.
yeah, but that's a
wait.
fun day. Like a lot of see a lot of people from around Seneca County. Obviously, they're participating.
Yes.
Excited.
So
It'll be good. Finger Lakes, one team will be there.
I thought I went too fast. We got another minute and a half to kill. What's going on this weekend?
Yeah, what's going on this weekend then?
We do have something going on
Yes.
that we forgot to mention in
Oh
the,
yeah,
in the
Vino
weekend.
and the Beast.
Vino and the Beast is coming up.
Oh my God! How do we forget that?
I
That's
don't
this
know.
weekend.
That's
Because
this
it's such a big
Saturday.
event. We are just so used to it, we overlooked it.
Yes. Yes. So Vino and the Beast is at Three Brothers this weekend, this Saturday. Come on out. If you don't want to run or walk, climb obstacles, all that, you can just come out and, get a passport, do some wine tasting and beer
Still
tasting.
registration's open.
Registration, you can come and register day of.
Okay.
You get a free wine glass, shirt,
Oh, man.
medal, finisher medal. It's a fun event.
You have to
so-
finish to get the medal.
Of course, you have to cross the finish line.
She did make it sound like you
You
get
made
it when you
made it
sign
kind
up.
of sound like a participation prize.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
no,
I didn't
no,
think
no.
that's what it was.
No, you
Okay.
have to get through it. You have to be a beast.
I'm sorry we forgot that in the script.
That's okay.
You should have said
It's
something.
fun. Well, we talked about it.
Yeah.
We
It was-
figured
We
we'd
were
mention it.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it's a fun event. It's fun, and
Where can they go? Where do they have to go to sign up?
just come and sign up day
Just
of.
show up.
Yeah, and it's kind of
Three
like if you
Brothers.
didn't pre-register, before the
Right.
cutoff date, then you show up. If there are extra shirts, then you get one. If there aren't,
And the
makes
weather
sense.
looks great.
yeah.
Yeah, it
So we're
does.
hoping, crossing our fingers for that weather to
I'll
stay.
be in
as is.
Connecticut, and
Oh, you will?
yeah, taking my let my daughter choose any place she wanted to go within 5-hour drive, and she found some amusement park in Connecticut. So
Fun.
I know, it's so random. I love it.
yeah,
I
off
love
we go.
it.
I don't
That's
even know the
sweet.
name of it. I can't say it. I don't remember it.
You asked me, and I had no
Lake
clue.
Compound or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Oh.
literally what you said. And
We're out of time now, though.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds fun. We'll have fun. Thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to drop us a line, send an email to contact@fingerlakes1.com. If you enjoyed the show, click like, share, or subscribe. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Until then, whatever your plans, have a wonderful weekend here in the Finger Lakes.
Enjoy.
Good job.